loves, welcome back to my channel. Happy new year to you guys. Made this promise to myself that I'm going to upload a new tutorial on the 1st of January 2018, and basically this video is a requested one from most of my friends and my subscribers, asking me to put up this video on how to tie 2-in-1 gele, because actually what happened is I uploaded this short clip of this video on my WhatsApp status, and a lot of people really indicated interest on how to tie this particular gele, so I decided to upload it on the 1st of a new year. So please stay tuned guys while I explain to you on how to tie. It's pretty much very simple. Thank you. So as you guys all know, I'm sure you all are familiar with this face. She's my model. I use her a lot. So I'm going to be tying the gele on her head. That's why I'm like tidying up her hair and packing it so that it stays out of her way while we are tying the hair gear. This is what you need to do. You make sure the hair is neatly packed and keep in place. Then the next thing is you want to use an edge control for the edges of the person's hair so that it make the hair stay flat, and when you are pushing the gele, it makes it very nice and well tidy at the front. So basically that's just what I'm doing right now. So now I'm going to start with the first fabric. Now if you're going to be tying this gele, you need two fabric. The first one should be smaller and a bit softer than the second one, so that will be easier for you to tie and to keep in place. Now the usual way we create our pleats, that's what I'm going to start with. So I'm going to start with a 70 and 30 techniques, which is one side will be longer than the other side, because this gele is not too long. It's just like a normal gele length. So that's just why, that's the reason why I'm using 70-30, because it won't go round twice. I would have preferred to use a very shorter gele, like a smaller one to this one, because this is going to take me to go around the second time. If I was using a smaller gele, I'm just going to, after creating the numbers of pleats that I want, I'll just take it to the back and knot the gele at the back firmly and make sure that I tidy up the back. Then I'll tie the second one. But because this gele is long, though it's not as long as Sego, but it's long, that because I cannot just take it to the back and tie. It's going to be too bulky and it won't look well tidied at the back. So I'm just going to take the other piece, which is the 70 side of the fabric. I'm going to take it round the edge so that it can give me a short wing at the back, you know, because I want something very small. So that's why I'm doing this. Now what I'm basically doing now is I'm using this 70 to hold down the 30, so that I'll be able to let go of my hands and do what I need to do next at the front side of our head. So I'm just going to be using the 70 to hold down the 30. Then I'll continue creating the pleats. The numbers of pleats you want depends on you. There are some people that doesn't like too much pleats. There are some that like it more. So it totally depends on how you want it to be. So just create it firmly. Like what I'm going to be doing now is just to make sure that they are all laying down very flat and very nice. This is where you have your gele laying down flat on your head so that it doesn't look bulky. I'm just making sure that the pleat is from one ear to the other ear, so that I don't have any side flipping up. I just want it well flat and nice. So if you look at the parts where the gele is, the fabric is close to our brows, you guys will need to be very, very cautious when it comes to this aspect. Don't allow the gele to droop too much onto the person's brows, so that I'm sure, because when you're tying this gele, you must have done the person's makeup and all that. So by for this, if this gele is getting to this extent of the brows, it's just going to clean off the foundation that you've already applied in the forehead area. So you need to be mindful of that when you are tying it. Make sure that the gele holds down the ears properly. Then the frontal part, which is the forehead part, you make sure that it's a little bit above the hairline, so that it doesn't disturb the brows and the makeup. So now I've taken the longer side, which is the 70. I've taken it to the back. So I'm just going to tie it a bit, then come to the front and push the fabric to the back a bit, so that it's exposed a little bit of the hairline, because that's the beauty of an egg. You want to expose a little bit of the hairline, so that it brings out the person's shape and makes the person looks very nice. So after arranging and adjusting the sides of the gele, then I'll just go to the back and tie it properly. Make sure it's very, very firm. And while doing that, I'm conscious of the ear side. So guys, you all need to conscious of that as well. So I'm just going to be tidying up the back. I'm going to make sure I hide the excess fabric, so that it doesn't disturb us while we are tying the second fabric. So the fabric that the little fabric that is not staying in place, I'm just going to use an office pin to pin that down, so that it lays flat on our head. So basically this part of the gele is just to tidy up the back, so that it looks nice. You don't have to be like be concerned of the front side of the gele alone. You also need to put the back of the gele into consideration, so that when the person turns, it looks very nice from back and front. So the second fabric, I'm just going to fold in like 3 to 2 inches in, then I'll lay that on our head as well. You know, like when I started the first fabric, I did some few pleats. You know, I brought it close to our hairline, almost to our forehead. So this particular one, I'm just going to start from where the first fabric pleat stop. I'm going to start on top. So now the first fabric, I was creating the pleats in such a way that it comes after each other, but this particular one is just going to be on top of each other, like you're building a step. That's how you create your pleats when you want to have that step, that nice step pleats on in your gele. So that's how you create it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to ask her to hold one side of the gele down while I pin the other side of the gele down, because I need to have both of my hands free, so that I'll be able to pick that pleat properly. If I was tying a fabric that is a bit soft and a bit, even if it's firm, you can easily manipulate, that would have been nice. But this particular fabric, it's strong and it doesn't really it can't really manipulate it, because if you don't put in much pressure, it doesn't stay where you put it. So that's I need both of my hands to be free, so that I'll be able to like hold it firmly and press it down nicely. So I had to ask her to hold the other side while I pin the middle of the gele. Then the other side where she's holding, I'll tell her to let it go, so that I pin that side too. Aside from the fact that the gele, you cannot manipulate it, I mean it's coming off when I try to press it down. You also want to secure this part, so that when you tie it on your client's head and the client goes to the party, because you don't know what happens after a client leaves your place, so you always want to put into consideration whatever it is that the client might go through, where the client is going to, such in sense that the client might just get to a party and might just be the type that dances and likes to just enjoy herself. So while she's dancing, you will not like when a client gives you feedback that the gele, the one you put on top of this, the second one pulled off. So it's always good to always secure everything, so that you'll be safe on your own end. So that's what I'm doing. Like I secured the gele, the like three side of the gele with an office pin. So now what I'm doing now is just to create more of the pleats. So as I'm picking the pleats with my two hands, I'll be dropping it onto her own hand so that she hold it down for me. So basically that's what I'm doing. This part of the gele is just what most of you guys are used to, but for the new subscribers or for the new viewers, if in case you don't understand what I'm doing right now, please you can go back to one of my tutorials. I have like 2 to 3 different gele tutorials, very detailed one that you can follow, then you'll be able to understand what I'm doing here. It's what I'm doing here is not hard. If you follow it back to back, you will surely understand it, and you will be able to tie it perfectly well. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to like align the pleats at the back of her head so that it goes round and looks like a very round shape. When you're tying gele, just try and be patient, don't do everything in a rush so that you get it nicely. By the time you try it like a couple of times, you'll be able to understand where you are lacking and how you need to improve on it. Just go ahead and tie the gele in a way that it's convenient for you. If you are the type that you tie gele that you can't tie gele without pin, just go ahead and use the pin there, but keep trying. While you tie gele with pin, also try to tie gele without pin so that you know which favors you more. But for when you're just starting, if pin helps you to make your gele stay in place, by all means please go ahead and do that. Then as time goes on, by the time you come more perfect in it, you can now start releasing start excluding the pins from your gele. I used to do that before when I just started learning how to tie gele. I used to feel like it's difficult. I can never get it right. But seriously, don't never say never. Seriously, never say never, because I used to remember then I used to like, God, this gele is so hard. I don't think I have the bone. I don't think I have the strength to drag, to knot, to tie. I gave myself a whole lot of excuses in order for me not just to learn how to tie it. But as the demand keeps coming in, I just have to learn how to tie. And by the grace of God, I might not be as super perfect as I want, but at least I thank God, I thank him a lot, because I'm far better than the way I used to. You understand? And what made me to be in this level, what brought me here, is just perseverance and keep trying. I never give up. I keep trying. As far as my art is there, I keep trying. So that's what helps me. And on a normal day, even when I'm not busy, I'm not attending to clients, I will just try and get my dummy head and keep practicing a whole lot of styles. So that's how I come up with something, and that's how I even came up with this 2-in-1. Probably someone might have tied this type of gele somewhere else before, but believe me, you guys, this is what me brought out from my head, because after when I tried it on my dummy, I also tried it on a client that came for a photo shoot in my studio. So, and she really loved it. And when I uploaded it, like a short clip on WhatsApp status, people really liked it. The turn up was massive. It was really nice. So I had to like let me put it out there because of their request, so that a whole lot of people will benefit from it. So basically, guys, what I'm still doing is just the pleats, which most of you are used to already. Is just making sure that the pleats are well nice and they are laying very nicely on top of each other. You just have to be patient when you are tying gele. Patience is key. You just have to be very patient. If you are not patient, seriously, you won't be able to finish it, because sometimes it might not just work the way you want it. It might not just yield to your word. You might just be doing something and the gele will just be stressing you totally. So just try to give yourself like time to keep trying it, and you'll get it nicely. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope I was able to give you guys few tips on how to tie this gele. Please don't forget to share, comment, like and subscribe. And please, I promise to be very consistent this time around. Guys, I would have shown you guys a video on how on the final look of this gele, but somehow the clip got lost. I don't understand. I'm sorry, but I'll upload the